Today's episode is sponsored by Oak Mountain Winery.
Hello, and welcome to The Word, the World, and Everything in Between.
A podcast for women, by women. We're your hosts,
Liz
and Samantha.
Today, I have a guest that if you could see through radio how beautiful she is always dressed to the nines. Well, the times that I've seen her, I'm like, do you wear flats? Do you wear flats?
I do not.
My
feet hurt.
Really? When you
Yes.
wear flats?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I've been wearing heels since I was 17 years old, so something's wrong with it now.
Wow. No, wait, so do you wear sneakers at least to exercise?
I do.
Oh, okay.
To exercise. But
Do they have a little wedge?
No.
You know how they have those sneakers that have a little
Yes.
wedge? Oh, okay.
No, but I should buy those because my feet, the bottom of my feet will hurt with flat shoes.
Heels.
Yes.
I love it.
I
I love it. Well, her name is Karena, and pronounce your last name because it's a little hard for me.
Cermeño.
Oh, Sarmeño. Wow. She's Latin. She's a beautiful Latin woman. But besides wearing heels all the time, and I know a little bit about you. You worked in the corporate world for how many years?
29 years. Yes. So if you do the math, I was 17.
So when you started wearing heels, that's when you started working in the corporate world. I got you. Okay. In banking, right?
Yes.
Okay. And not that your winery needs any advertising, but just so we know where you are from there to where we're going with the story. So you and your husband own the Oak Mountain Winery. Which is, by the way, not because you're here, and I didn't want to tell you this before, is that not one of my favorites?
It is.
The speakeasy, the everything, the cave. I wanted to have her bridal shower. You know, in those tables that you have over there?
Yes.
Yeah, well, So really, really, this was...
Well, we're having a lunch date, and now that I know it's your favorite.
I'll take you on.
Yes, ma'am.
I could tell you everything about the menu because I've been there so many times that I could be like, this is a good one. This is a good one. This is a good one.
As long as you don't get mad at what we removed, we're good.
Oh, you see, now it's like, oh, wait a second.
Those are fighting words.
Yeah. Okay, so with that being said, you have a ministry called, it's Student of the Month. Correct?
Yes.
Now tell me what prompted you to go into and to do this ministry.
Well, the Student of the Month program is a program that recognizes and honors kids for overcoming difficult life challenges. And they might be going through those challenges right now. They're all senior high school students based, which is a tough age. You're trying to discover and deal with being a kid, then graduating and turning into adult. A lot of children don't have the support that many families do. So it's a difficult 12th grade year. Mm-hmm. I attended through the company that I used to work with. They sponsored a similar program here in Temecula. Sally Myers was a founder, and I remember listening to the testimonies of the students and hearing them and just my heart breaking because I was that student. Mm. The difference was we didn't have that platform. I came from a Latino home where what happened at home stayed at home. We didn't talk about it. Our problems were ours. We went to school, put a smile on our face, and struggled because we had what was happening at home on our mind all the time. So not having that support, that outlet, and then attending, fast forwarding, 15, 16 years ago, attending Student of the Month here in Temecula, I got into my car. I cried some more. I cried hard. And then I went back in, and God put it in my heart to go back in and talk to Sally Myers and say, hey, this is a great program. Good job, and kudos to you and the team that are doing this, but we need this in other school districts. So we scheduled an appointment. Long story short, she said, I can't do it, but you can, and I will mentor you to do this program. And started, and that's where it began. That's where the real challenges began because I discovered that it wasn't that easy and that there was many challenges, and sometimes I felt like giving up. But because of my personal story, I remember thinking, I can't give up on that, even if it's one child that we recognize in this entire program and we get no sponsorship out of this, at least that one student, they felt like they had the support. So I thought of myself being that age and my younger sister and thinking, okay, I can't give up. I have to do this. And
wow.
15 years later, here I am.
Wow.
So you've been doing this for 15 years.
Yes.
And is it district wide?
So I currently work with 6 different school districts. My goal is to grow the program and add as many school districts and mentor other women or men, whoever want to start the program, that really have the heart for teenagers that have challenges, and start the program in a different school district, as Sally did for me.
And so what is the program? Like, what does it entail for these students?
So we recognize them on a monthly basis.
What do they need to do to get recognized?
A teacher, principal, mentor, coach, someone at school will say, hey, this student meets those challenges. They have these struggles. They take the name to the principal. The principal then provides us the one, because there's many students. We wouldn't think so, but there's many students with struggles. So from each one of the high schools, one student, one name a month is provided. We do Student of the Month in beautiful settings. So Boba Country Club is one that sponsors us, and we have March Airfield Museum. We have Sizzlers and Banning. So just to name a few, but we remove them from the school. We have dignitaries, sponsors, community leaders, principals, and their superintendent from the school attends.
Wow.
So we want them to know that they're special.
Wow. So is this a dinner?
It's a breakfast, and then at the end of the year, we have a Student of the Year scholarship dinner, also in a beautiful location, and then kids are awarded scholarships.
Wow.
And
To college?
To
To a college that they
Yes.
want to go to?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
And we've had students that say, look, I am the one providing for my family. I have siblings. I can't go to college. We've paid rent for some of the students. We've had students who have no family support, got a full ride scholarship across the state, and say, hey, I don't need the money, but I need a plane ticket and warm clothes to stay warm in the East Coast.
Wow.
And we'll do that. Or laptops, whatever that looks like. Every student's different.
Right.
And we don't want, what we noticed in the beginning of the program is that some students weren't claiming their scholarship. As we dug a little deeper, found out that they weren't going to college. They had real life challenges right now.
Wow.
Wow. So then you guys meet those challenges, and then to a certain point.
Right.
And then they go off to college.
Right.
Wow. And then what is it that they have to, what do they have to overcome? Like,
Well, the stories go on and on. I could share some with you that have really will live with me forever. But the students, we've had students that are in foster care. 2 months ago, we had a student that was living in a hotel with her friends, and all these kids didn't have a home to go to. So they somehow earned money, some worked, and they would come together and pay their hotel a night as they're seniors in high school.
Wow.
So we've had...
I'm sorry, doesn't that make you like listening to you, like, this is when I want to be like a multi-millionaire and be like, okay, how many kids? Okay, let's get a house. Let's like start this housing for these kids that need this.
Yes. And once kids age out of foster care, that's it. You know, that normally those foster parents are like, sorry, no more check. So there's a lot. I struggled in the beginning because I wanted to take them all in. They're all my babies.
I could see that. But you're like,
it's
for 15
okay, you can
years.
live with me.
Yes, I'll be your mother. And that was something someone had to have a conversation with me and say, hey, look, you are put on this earth to do what you're doing. You're acknowledging them. You're letting them know that their struggles aren't going unseen, and their efforts and resiliency and what they're presenting at school and at home in the community, everything they're doing is not going unseen. That is what you're meant to do, not to take them all in, because I would live every day with that pain of, where are they sleeping tonight?
Yeah,
What?
I went through something like that, not that, but where my heart was going out to the homeless. So of course I decided to make like a bag with water, with socks for the wintertime.
Yeah.
With a hat,
A little blanket.
like a little blanket, and I just went around to
And she
give
just
them
had
to
them in her
homeless.
car and
I
she just deliver them.
because I know, but because I want for whatever reason, one night I had a stomachache, to be honest, and I was going to the bathroom so many times, and it was in the wintertime, and then it was like, I don't know why. Of course, I know it was God. Like, so what are the homeless people like if they're sick? if they have a stomach ache, like, what do they do? Where do they, like, I was in the comfort, and then I felt horrible going to sleep in my bed. And then I wanted to adopt all this. Remember that one time coming out from Disneyland, there's this lady with a
heart,
a car covered
like a blanket.
with a blanket, and I thought there was babies in there. And I'm like, we have to go, turn around, telling my husband, turn around, let's get them a hotel room. Those kids cannot be out there. Come to see that it was the cart full of stuff.
The big
babies in there. So I'm like, I don't care. We have to get them a hotel room, even if it's a cheap hotel room. So I could understand where your heart is, like, you wanted to, but nobody talked me off the ledge. Somebody talked you off the ledge.
Yes.
Nobody did that to me. They're like, oh, Mom, I gotta come down, But wow. So I could see the heart of just really wanting to help and keep them and do all that.
Especially because how you mentioned that you went through something similar, right? When you were that age, that you get to kind of help, even if it is just one student, which obviously you help more than just the one, not go through the same feelings that you had when you were younger. And you get to kind of be that outlet for them, which is just so positive. You're setting these individuals up for success just by impacting them for that small moment in their life that they'll be able to look back on and be like, wow, I remember that this ministry, they really blessed my life, and I'm here and I was able to continue my education, or I was even able to just help my family for this short amount of time because of what they did for me.
Yes. And most of these kids, I've been doing it for 15 years. We honor about 156 students a year, and we hear their stories month after month. And their confidence isn't there. They don't feel like they're good enough. Mm-hmm. And I remember feeling that in high school. Like, it doesn't matter. I loved school, but I was an average C student at best. I remember feeling it doesn't matter how hard I try, I'm never going to be good enough. And that feeling, and going through the motions of showing up to school, giving it my 100%, and sitting down in the chair like, me, look, I did something. It's a C, but I didn't. And I stayed up till 2 a.m. by myself and figured it out, but they're not acknowledged. So I love this program. The kids have the outlet to get up on stage and talk about their challenge. Mm-hmm. We don't force them. If there's students that don't feel comfortable, but many students want that outlet and to talk about it. And then we have the superintendents, and we have a dignitary come up and speak to the room and encourage them. And then I encourage every every adult in the room to find a kid you can mentor. Pull one aside. And we've had that where people say, you know what, that kid touched my heart. Here's my business card. Here's my phone number. Call me. And kids do.
Wow. And do you keep in touch with them? Like, have you heard, like, from one that you helped 15 or 10 years ago now?
Yes. So we have those. We've had the students that come back and say, hey, now I'm a doctor. We have one of them.
Beautiful.
In residency right now, doing their residency. And then we have the ones, we had a student, he was Daniel Lopez Jr., I will never forget his story, and most of us in the program won't. He was our December 2017 Student of the Month, and this kid was screwing up in school. He had 2 good parents. He was just hanging around the wrong crowd. And one day he thought, what am I doing? Why am I paying my parents that came to this country that worked so hard? Why am I paying them back this way? So this kid on his own did a full 180, started working. He would give his dad his full paycheck. Dad, here's my full paycheck. I know your dream is to do something with that backyard. Do it. Amazing student. Student ends up 5 days before his graduation, ends up dying in a car accident because a motorcyclist hit him going at 110 miles an hour. Sister and brother in the hospital. Doctor thinks, hey, the sister's not going to make it, but your son's going to be okay. The son had been in a previous hit and run accident when he was 6 years old. He almost passed away then, but the dad said, I knew it was going to be my son. And Daniel Lopez did end up passing away, but the parents come every year for Student of the Year, provide a scholarship in Daniel Lopez memory, and we all select collectively a student that embodies him.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So that is one of my stories I'll take forever.
So maybe you should have like an award, the Daniel Lopez award.
They do. They
do.
They give a scholarship in his name.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. But I mean, I'm old school.
Like a trophy.
Like, I know, like a trophy.
We give out, yeah. Yeah, we
That would
needed
be
a trophy when you and I were kids. We didn't make it in life. Yeah, we needed a trophy.
The scholarship, nah, just give me the trophy. I'll keep that one.
I promise we give them trophies and a check.
You know,
Yes.
I don't know. Well, that would be kind of weird too, if you
Yes.
think about it.
Yes.
Like here, in memory of this kid that died, yeah, I get
Well,
that.
no, but that's also beautiful because it does show that, you know, you don't only impact that individual, like that student that you're acknowledging, you also impact their families.
And it's a way
It's a
to
turning
keep,
point for them too.
to keep their son's memory alive.
Yes.
And they feel like this program, and what they've told me is it keeps him in a positive light despite of the negative things he did at a younger age. He turned it around, and you guys acknowledge that. And we thank you for giving,
Wow.
our son that platform.
Were you always a Christian?
So I grew up, and this is going to explain a lot. I grew up as a Catholic, and I went to all-girl Catholic school.
Oh,
That part right there. So I'm from a Latina household, and my grandma said, if you ever switch religions, you're going, where you don't want to go. And I said, oh my gosh, I'll never go to another church. And my friend, Jackie, and her and I have been still friends since we were 16.
Oh.
But she says, come to my church. I said, girl, if I go to that church, I'm going, where, and I don't want to. Long story short, I walk into the church, and the Holy Spirit immediately, I was 21 years old, immediately touched me. I've never been so moved
Wow.
in my life, and I was hooked. And, since I was 21, I've had, my fallouts
Of course,
and
yeah.
my lukewarm
course.
moments. But as I grow older, I feel the Holy Spirit with me all the time. I want to do His good works.
Right.
And my rent, I always tell people, how I pay rent to be in this world is to help others. So that is why the program exists as well.
Oh, wow. Let me ask another question. You said that you're in five,
Six.
Which ones are they?
Moreno Valley, Valverde Unified School District, Banning, Beaumont Unified School District, and Hemet San Jacinto Unified School District. Those are the six districts right now that are in the most need. I did help start an RCOE, Riverside County Office of Education, started one in the desert, but Coachella Valley was the other one. So I helped assist with the starting of the Coachella Valley, Palm Desert, and Palm Springs Unified. They have a program.
Wow. Is there one in Temecula?
There is. So Sally Myers.
Right, she's the one that does Temecula.
Does Temecula, Murrieta, Paris, Menifee, and I believe 2 districts in San Diego County. My goal is to have this throughout Riverside County, throughout California.
I believe you can make it. I believe you're going to make it happen.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't think there's no stopping you. Honestly.
Well, I'll tell you, like Sally told me, I'm one person, but I would love the opportunity to encourage other people that have the same passion. I will help you get started as she helped me.
Don't look at me over here.
And I'm winking at you. I'm winking at you and your daughter. So if it looks like my eyes are closed, they're both winks for you guys.
Well, that's actually a great question that we were going to ask. So listeners that are listening, how can they get involved, and what are some ways that they can help your ministry continue growing? If let's say they can't lead or be the front face for putting this into a school district, how could they support you and the ministry that you have going on right now?
Thank you so much. So we have sponsorships, and we don't have any grants at the moment, and we're hoping to get there one day. But all our sponsorships in the past 15 years have been from local business owners, from people that come and attend the program and say, hey, look, I can't do $2,000 a year, but I can do $500 a year. And that's our lowest sponsorship in a year. They get to come to the breakfast, to go to the Student of the Year. They don't have to come every month, but they get to enjoy that and sit and have breakfast with these students and give them words of encouragement. We have people that say, hey, I can't afford $500 a year, but I can afford donating a gift card of $5 to In-N-Out for every student once a month. Or, I own a business, or I work at a church. I can give them Bibles And that's another thing, I with the school districts and religion, it gets a little funky there, but I stood my ground. And when I was told with one of the school districts said, nope, no prayer to start the program, I said, okay, well, we'll call it invocation, and we will have someone come out and do prayer. And we do. And God is important, has always been important in our schools, in our lives, in our homes. So that's one thing that I will stand my ground on. But yes, if anybody wants to get involved, they can contact me directly. I am the founder of all the programs and work with the 6 school districts. And even if it's, a motivational card that they put into the bag for the student, that's a help.
Okay. Wow. So you can help on a grand scale or a super small scale. There's really no limit. There's no
and there's really no scale, because
I was going to say there's no scale of what you have to there's no minimum to meet. You can literally just even donate your time.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, that's beautiful. Where can they find you?
Well, we have our website at studentofthemonth.net, and they can visit our website. We have pictures and testimonies on there. They can donate there. They can email me directly to it's student of the month. Oh, God, I forgot it because I get confused with the studentofthemonth.net. So it's
hanging out with me too long.
somprogramstudents@gmail.com, or my company cell phone number, which is 951-553-4144.
All right, that's beautiful. You can find her everywhere.
Yes.
Yes.
And you can even find me at Oak Mountain Winery.
When in doubt,
just go right out of the wild country.
Yes.
You'll know who she is. Dark hair, heels, dressed to the nines, probably taking the garbage out, but she's doing it in heels.
Yep.
Funny story. So I was still working in banking, and Johnny one day calls me and says, "Oh, we have an event. I forgot to tell you. Come after work." So I'm there with a white dress, tan jacket, and my heels, and it's harvest. He doesn't tell me the event is harvesting. So I picked grapes in heels.
I can't.
On a hill.
And that's when he said, she's the one.
With a smile.
She's mine.
Well, I saw other people do it, and I said, who am I? I'm never better than anyone else. So either I take my heels off or I figure it out on how to balance on these.
So what did you do? Heels or no heels?
Heels on.
Heels on.
Oh, well, that is beautiful. Thank you for sharing your ministry, your heart, and ways that we can help pour back into a very vulnerable group that needs the love and support.
Yes, not only of financially, but of God.
Yeah, just God and emotional and just words of encouragement.
And pray. Let's pray for the kids. Always prayer, always.
Yes, please. That's another thing everyone can do. Pray for the kids, because if we can touch them at a younger age, then once they become adults, we have a better chance.
Amen. Yep, that's true. Well, thank you so much, Karena.
Thank you, lady.
It was great having you. And I feel like this friendship is going to go a long way.
Oh, yes. I already told you guys. I feel like I'm at home, and I've known you guys for a long time.
Same. All righty. Well, thank you so much, Karena, again. And remember, the name of the ministry is
Student of the Month.
Thank you, lady.
Yep, thank you. As Karena mentioned, there are multiple ways for you or someone you know to give and sow into this ministry. Upcoming Student of the Month events are in Banning and Beaumont, October 7th, Hemet and San Jacinto, October 9th, Moreno Valley and Moreno Valley Val Verde, October 15th. And if you are interested in volunteering or donating, please reach out to Karena at somprogramstudents@gmail.com or by phone at 951-553-4144.
Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, if you have any prayer requests, questions, or praise reports, we would love to hear from you. Bye.